Hello and welcome to Fishing Cooking Without Humor. Where do what? Exactly, we cook German food. In today's episode, we're actually not gonna cook, we're gonna bake. We're gonna bake some German Christmas cookie or Austrian German Christmas cookies. We're gonna make Vanillekipferl, which is a half moon shaped vanilla flavored cookie that is not just for Christmas. It's actually great all around the year. It does not have this super Christmassy flavor. That's why I chose it for this recipe. It's super delicious and I think we should jump right into it. Okay, so for the ingredients for our Vanillekipferl. First of all, we're gonna need some flour, just regular all-purpose flour. We're gonna need powdered sugar. We're gonna need a lot of butter around room temperature or softened basically. Then we're gonna need some crushed or I think mealed hazelnut. We're gonna need some vanilla sugar. I'm not sure if you can get this where you're from. Here in Germany, we get this in the baking section. It's some little packages called Vanillin or Vanillezucker, it's basically just artificially vanilla flavored sugar. So if you cannot get it, it's not a big deal. We are only gonna use this in the end, and I will tell you what you can do instead when we get to this point, right? Then we're gonna need some egg yolks. We're gonna need a little bit of salt, and we're gonna need a little bit of cinnamon as well as the seeds of 1 vanilla pod. Let's get to baking. In order to make the dough for our Vanillekipferl, we will add the flour into a bowl firstly. From there, we will add in our butter in small pieces. I'm just using my hands here, but you can definitely cut it up or whichever way you wanna do it. Then we will mix up the flour and the butter until there's a lot of tiny pieces of butter intermixed with the flour. From there we can add in the rest of our ingredients. We will start off with the crushed hazelnuts. Then we add in about 80% of our sugar. The rest is for later to sprinkle over the finished product. But yeah, 80% for now. We will add in a little bit of salt. We add in our cinnamon and the vanilla seeds, and then we add in the eggs. From there, we will mix this up into it until it forms a cohesive dough. I'm starting off with a spatula, but eventually I'll definitely use my hand because it just makes it easier. You can see this is what the dough should look like in the end. Really make sure you mixed it up well. Then we place it into a bowl, and we will let it sit in the fridge for about 1 hour. 30 minutes would be fine, but better 1 hour. And then we take out the dough as I do here. I'll form it up into a little bit of a ball, and from there I will start dividing the dough. First into 2 halves, and from there I will roll it out a little bit in order I had to gauge how much dough I actually have, but then I decided to divide it one more time. And then we will again roll it out into basically a thin sausage, into a thin roll, which we then can divide up by 2, as you can see in a minute. Exactly, we will divide it by 2, and then we can cut it into equal pieces. As you can see here, once we are done with cutting it into the equal size pieces, we can start shaping them. I already did 2 here just to a little bit of a test, but then we start shaping it. As you can see, I firstly roll it in my hand into a roll, and where the edges are a little bit thinner than the middle, and then I'll make it into this kind of a half moon shape. Okay, I think we can just watch it one more time. We will firstly roll it out until the edges become thinner. Then once this happened, we will shape it into that typical Kipferl shape, that half moon shape. And once we did that about 60 times, we will end up with this. These look beautiful. Now all we need to do is bake it. We will bake them for about 10 to 15 minutes or until brown. Once they're done, they will look about like this. My oven is not the best because there's no heat from the top, it's just the heat from the bottom. So they will never be as brown and beautiful as they will be in your oven, hopefully. But anyway, Now we mix up the remaining sugar with the vanilla sugar, and then we just sprinkle them generously with that sugar mixture. Really be generous here because the dough itself is not super sweet. Then I'll just shake them a little bit so they can get a bit sugar to the bottom, and I start arranging them on the plate. Here you can see again what they look like. Unfortunately the camera didn't focus, but I think you get the idea. Let's try it. Okay, here we have it. Our Vanillekipferl. Finally, they are done. They look beautiful. And I'm just gonna dig in. As you can see, great shape and even greater taste. It's a beautiful, beautiful flavor, you know. It's not super overpowering in terms of spice like other Christmas cookies. It has this beautiful vanilla taste. There's a sweetness there, but it's not super sweet. It's a perfectly balanced cookie that is not just great around Christmas, it's great around the whole year. So please try this at home, bake it, especially with kids. It's tons of fun to bake the cookies, to let the children, you know, shape the cookies so you don't have to do all the work by yourself. Anyway, they are great, especially with the Glühwein. They go down really well. If you want to learn how to make Glühwein, check out the card here. I'll post it. And yeah, in any case, thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment, like, dislike, whatever you want, and obviously please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Anyway, I thank you again for watching. I see you next time. Bye bye und tschüss.